All right, pick a topic. This is the little series where I go through my magic little bag of vlog topics that I never talk about and pick one and talk about it. Let's see. Bike hype in the 790. Creepy cop cars. Let's go with that one. Well, I should probably adjust my title a little bit. I mean, creepy fake cop cars. This is no disparagement on the law enforcement community, which I count many of their members among my friends. And speaking of cop cars, I need to be very gentle with the throttle because I'm right at prime time on this road. I'm surprised there's not a bunch of sport bikes up here, and there's usually our law enforcement friends hiding behind rocks waiting to write you a very nice substantial ticket. Anyway, on with the subject. I don't know what it's like in your community or in your country, but the law enforcement communities, whether they be state or local and possibly even federal, I'm not familiar with that, but as responsible managers of the taxpayers' dollars, once a piece of county-owned equipment becomes out of its lifespan or becomes not reliable enough to be maintained for especially emergency use, first responder law enforcement purposes, they are retired and either used by like office people within the governmental organizations for, you know, running errands and stuff like that, or they are sold at auction. And that is where our source for creepy cop cars comes from. Now, personally, with the amount of used cars on the market of varying different makes, models, and things like that, and even the venerable Crown Victoria can be had from Grandpa for a reasonable sum once he is done with it. But there is a market, a big market for used law enforcement vehicles, and I'm sure if you're a law enforcement officer, you know these things are not terribly treated very well. They've usually been in some type of accident or at least performed a few pit maneuvers that have damaged the body. Drunks have vomited from one end of the back seat to the other, defecated, urinated, and I'm sorry for being too graphic, but these vehicles are well used by the time our boys in blue, or brown as the sheriff's department here uses. Once they are done with them, they are pretty well used up. So as a used vehicle, I'm really not sure that that's, other than you wanting to have some type of relationship with the idea that you too are a law enforcement officer by just driving one of their vehicles. I'm not sure really why you would purchase one, but hey, that's up to you and your vehicle. However, I do have some opinions on that too. But the reason why I kind of threw this in my bag of vlog topics was, it seems like 2 or 3 times a year I run into one of these folks, and you see them on the road every day, and it's, you know, they're black and whites or whatever, that you can see where the emblems have been scrubbed off the vehicle or whatever, and they still carry the A-pillar searchlight, and they even have the antennas or antenna block-offs, or you can tell that it's a vehicle. The police vehicles had a different suspension on them. They sit a little higher and things like that. And it's not just the Crown Vic or the sedan type cruisers. It is the now the Tahoes and Ford Explorers and different vehicles like that. And I don't care if people buy them or ride around them or want to think that they're police officer necessarily, or makes them feel like one. However, it does cross a line at some point. And like I said, 2 or 3 times a year at least, I get someone invading my space because they think they're a police officer. Now, I've had these people in these vehicles come up behind me, and you know, I mean, if you've been driving a while, you know when a police officer is getting ready to pull you over. And I've had that action behind me from these people. I've been at gas stations where someone will pull up and they have fake emblems on the outside of their car, and they get out and they've got, you know, cargo pants on, you know, black cargo pants, or I've even seen them go as far as the county that I live in has uses brown pants and a tan shirt. And I've seen them as far as going to be driving around in a Crown Vic or one of these type of vehicles, jump out and they have the brown cargo pants on and a tan shirt with some type of logo sewn on the side, so it really, you know, American flag sewn on it. And it's like, I know you're not a cop, and everybody knows you're not a cop, and why are you doing that? And I don't know how law enforcement officers think, so I really haven't thought to ask them that, but aside from it being a felony to impersonate an officer, but I think you have to go well beyond dressing like one to catch a felony on that stuff. However, I really wonder from our law enforcement folks, I mean, and some of our law enforcement folks are ex-military, and there's a thing with our community too called stolen valor, where people imitate, emulate, dress up as, and even purvey themselves as military people. And one of the most famous ones is Navy SEALs. They'll even go so far as to buy uniforms and go speaking engagements and purchase medals and put them on their chest, and they've never even been in the military. But that's kind of off topic, but kind of where I'm going with this is, you know, to me, it kind of, you know, I don't know, and it's not, you don't have the right to be not offended, but it kind of irks me to see someone dressing as a police officer and driving around as one. Number one, usually because they're doing something in my space, invading my space and trying to push their fake copness on me, and two, I really think that they're stealing the valor of the police force. I tend to think very highly of these people that put their lives on the line for very little money, and I just don't think it's right. And it's gone to the point where about a year or two ago that one of these fellows had a fully dressed out Dodge Charger, and it had Protect and Serve on the side or something like that. It had some logos. It had plates on it that looked like cop plate on the front. It had the push bar, the A-pillar searchlight, and this person was driving along and apparently thought he could go out and pull over people that were committing traffic violations. Well, there was an undercover police department. I think they may have been the sheriff's department or state troopers, and they were in an unmarked car, and this douchebag decides he's going to pull them over. He haven't had the wig-wag headlights, and you can't purchase the blue and red LEDs that cops use. So he took and bought white ones and colored them in with blue and red Sharpies. So he pulls them over, and much to his chagrin, finds out there's two real police officers in there. And I guess they played along with him, and he was really giving them a hard time. So they stepped out, showed him their badges, and put the clinks on them and took them away. But that's, I mean, that was two police officers. What if he was, you know, doing that to a regular citizen, or your daughter, or your son, or your wife, or your husband, you know, whatever? I mean, that's a great cause of concern, that some of these people with warped senses of reality would really do something like that. I don't know. It's kind of a weird mentality that you become so sycophantish for really anything, whether it's the law enforcement or the military, or I mean, even doctors have this happen. You know, what motivates a person to do that? I mean, directing your energy to you know, fallen heroes, or, you know, some type of action that would help these people not try to become them, would be a better place to focus your fandom than actually trying to be them, which actually, in the case of law enforcement officers, actually hinders what you're holding in high regard for them. I don't know, just some of the things that float through my mind. I appreciate you watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Adios.